What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Casper. We're gonna be talking about a movie I just saw, barely just got to it, and it's called Stand By Me. So let's get straight to it. With this movie, I was down to see it because I'm not too caught up with Corey Feldman's history of stuff, and I know with Corey Feldman, he was like a childhood superstar. He was in like commercials and movies back then, and kicked it with a lot of Hollywood people. I just never really paid attention and caught up with it. I just like heard about it. And with Corey Feldman, on Netflix, he has a movie called Splatter. So I saw that movie on Netflix, and that movie, hell no. Anyways, so I haven't really seen any Corey Feldman stuff or seen any Corey Feldman movies. So I was super down to see this because never seen any of his movies besides the Splatter one. And he's a child actor in this movie. So the movie Stand By Me came out in 1986. It's rated R and it's an hour and 29 minutes. And it's directed by Reiner. It was written by Stephen King for a novel called The Body. The movie starred by Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and Kiefer Sutherland. Those are like the main actors in the movie. So the movie is about a group of 4 kids. They're 12 years old. It's based in Oregon, late 50s, and it's during the summertime. In that town, there's been newspapers and headlines about another missing 12-year-old kid. With the kids, the movie's basically about following their journey on trying to find his body. Also in that town, there's a group of bad kids. The group of bad kids know where the body is. Now they're trying to go get it so the town can give them, because they want praise from the town. The bad kids want praise from the town that they found the body, even though they're responsible for it. That's what it's about. You just follow along with the journey. And also, one of the kids in the group, he's a writer, and he's looking back on his like teenager days, basically giving us the insight what he had when he had 3 close friends, and then what went down in the adventure to find the body of the kid who's basically the same age as them. So it's basically like who's gonna get the body first. The kids in the movie, none of it was bad. It was actually really good. The kids' performance in the movie was so natural, like it was just on point. A vibe, like say you're in the small town and you see a group of kids playing from your house, you're seeing the kids doing their thing, you're seeing how fun it is. This is how the movie felt. Like kids acted like straight kids. There was no bad acting at all. I actually thought it was really good. No bad performance at all from none of the kids, and I was pretty shocked about that. Yeah, so the writing in this movie was actually really good. Smooth, it was detailed, and I know since this is based off like a novel, I think in the novel, like all the kids end up dying in the future, but in this movie, only one of the kids ends up dying. Corey Feldman's performance was actually really good, and it shocked me, to be honest. I said earlier, I've never seen anything besides that Netflix movie that he has on there. Just showed how really of a superstar he was back then, because the acting was really good. It's just crazy. The only thing I know from is just hearing all the Hollywood stories behind him. That's how I got introduced to Corey Feldman. It's basically hearing all these Hollywood stories about him when he was young, dealing with all these big Hollywood superstars as well, and he was hanging out with them. Being able to see actually a good performance when he was a child was actually pretty good to see. And damn, it's kind of sad though too. I loved the soundtrack. The soundtrack had nothing but vibey, classical, old school bangers. One thing about me is like soundtracks in movies, you know, have to like make sense. Soundtracks can make or break a movie. It was actually a trip watching this movie because once the movie was over, just learned more about the characters and the people who were in the movie. One thing that actually really shocked me and is pretty crazy is just the fact that in the movie Stand By Me, River Phoenix in the movie, his character ends up dying, you know, in the future. Crazy to know that in real life, out of all the kids in real life, he's the only one that really passed away. So that's actually pretty sad. I didn't know about that till after I saw the movie. He ended up dying in LA at I think a West Hollywood club, and he was pretty young, you know, only 23 years old. There wasn't really any parts of the movie that I didn't like. I just really liked how we followed the kids. It didn't drag too much. I wouldn't say anything bad of it. I think it was all clean straight throughout the whole movie. Nothing bad from the kids. The soundtrack in the movie was all clean. The transition camera work was actually flowing really well. The last scene in that movie, the way they had the narrator explain and talk throughout the movie, I thought that was really smart. I like that vibe. I actually liked it. With the narrator talking, you just want to know what's gonna happen next. For me, he gave me that anticipation for wanting to know, yo, what happened next with your life. You connect with the characters a lot, so I think that's why the last scene, you feel it a lot more. You follow the characters throughout the whole movie and you connect with them a lot. After giving the movie Stand By Me a watch, I would have to give it out of 10, a 9 out of 10. After the movie was over, it kind of stuck with me a little bit, meaning like I wanted to see some clips over again. So yeah, I recommend this movie. I think if you haven't seen this movie, you would like it, you enjoy it. That's my movie review for the movie Stand By Me. Shout out to you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.